A giant aisle in the health food store is devoted to soy, and much of it is soy milk. Now, is this really a health food? In 1930, or actually it was 1913, soy was a minor crop in the United States, and it wasn't even classified as a food. Now it's one of our biggest crops. 91% of the soy in the United States is genetically engineered, and it's heavily dosed with pesticides and herbicides. Now, modern agribusiness has developed soybean oil as a major product, and it's a fat source for most processed junk food. Soybean oil accounts for 79% of the edible fats that are consumed annually in this country. So we are a junk food nation. Now, after making this astronomical amount of soybean oil, the agribusiness dilemma became, what do we do with all of this stuff that's left over after we've extracted the oil? Well, they couldn't feed it all to animals. It makes animals sick if they eat too much. So they figured out a brilliant plan to make us think that it's a health food, and then feed it to us in the form of highly processed soy protein. If you look carefully at the ingredients of most processed foods, you will see soy protein is added. In my opinion, soy protein is the ultimate junk food ingredient, besides soybean oil. The only way that soy should be eaten, in my opinion, is in the naturally fermented form, and that's miso, tempeh, and natto, as that removes the toxic anti-nutrients that are contained in the soybean. Now, one of the anti-nutrients is phytic acid, which impairs the absorption of minerals like iron, magnesium, copper, and zinc. The soybean is much higher in its phytic acid content than the other legumes that have a much more prominent role in human nutrition. Soy also contains potent enzyme inhibitors that are only broken down with this fermentation process when these other foods are made. The isoflavones in soy act on the estrogen receptor in the cell, kind of like BPA that we've talked about before. There's a lot of evidence that this effect could be harmful, has been shown in many, many animal studies. Isoflavones are best known for disrupting thyroid function. Just one glass of soy milk gives you 30 milligrams of isoflavones, and that can be enough to impair thyroid function in the susceptible individual. Now, if you want to consume soy, make sure it's fermented. Make sure it's non-GMO and that it's organically grown. In my opinion, I would avoid soy milks, tofu, soy burgers, soy ice cream, soy cheese, and all the soy-containing junk food. Although consuming these foods is a good method of birth control, at least for males, because of the estrogen effect of the isoflavones. Now, if you see artificial lasagna in the refrigerator of your health food store made from soy, don't buy the lie. Have you noticed how they managed to change the taste of soy milk over the years? At first it tasted bitter, but now it tastes like a milkshake. I would say have the milkshake instead. Just use raw milk. Learn to prepare food from natural ingredients, or, in my opinion, leave it alone. The fake version from soy is not any healthier. To make soy edible, it's processed with solvents, extreme pressure, and hellfire temperatures. Then it's usually loaded with sugar or MSG to cover that bitter taste. Now, be sure not to give an infant soy formula, as it will give the baby a high dose of these estrogen-like compounds that are not present at all in human milk. The soy I like best is in the form of miso. It's fermented in wooden barrels for 3 years, and then it's placed in glass jars. And this makes delicious miso soup. This is Dr. G, encouraging you to eat a natural foods diet. Thanks for watching.